Time. Hi judges, my name is Arianna and I'm a barista. But even if I always worked in the restaurant industry, today I'm here as I need to share with you my passion for coffee. And thanks to my restaurant background, found out that working on different temperatures, I could get specific textures, and in this way, enhancing the flavors in my beverages. So, first of all, I want to start immediately with the infusion for the signature drinks. What my study for you will be my milk beverages. And I'll tell you information about this and also about my coffee later, as I want you to focus on flavors, texture, and temperature. Please, remember, I'm using the same coffee with the same recipe for all my competition, with 21 grams in and 40 out. And if you need any extra information, just look at the paper in front of you, please. As for the milk, I'm using a biological full cream milk with 3.3% of proteins and 3.7% of fats, which are the perfect characteristics to balance the sweet and acid taste of my coffee. And I texture the milk at about 60 degrees. So, as a result, you'll taste a smooth and creamy mouthfeel with medium-high sweetness, low to medium acidity, and low bitterness. With flavors of roasted peanuts, milk chocolate, and torroncino in the aftertaste. Please enjoy. And I'm using a cappuccino cup with 115 grams of milk. So please enjoy. And I'll be back in a few seconds with the other two. So also for you judges, I repeat, flavors of roasted peanuts, milk chocolate, and toroncino in the aftertaste. Please enjoy. Please enjoy. So now judges, I'm filtering the infusion for the signature beverages that I made with 7 grams of mixed dried fruit like apricot, raisins, apple and orange peel in 100 ml of water at 90 degrees for about 5 minutes and a half to increase the juiciness of my coffee. And now it's time to tell you the origin of my coffee, and it's Guatemala, from the area of Lake Atitlan. Atitlan soil is one of the richest in composition, as it's surrounded by 3 volcanoes and near the Pacific Ocean. So the weather is very wet and windy. And there grows my coffee in Finca Alto Refugio at a very high altitude, between 18 to 2200 meters above the sea level. The farm is very small and it's totally shade grown, so coffee plants are typically fertilized with organic instead of chemicals. And all these conditions allow a slow maturation of the coffee cherries, increasing natural sugar inside the beans, enhancing body, acidity in the cup, and the flavors that I'll try to reproduce in my signature beverages. Can I have the time, please? Thank you. So for my signature beverages, I'm using 40 grams of the infusion that I made before to emphasize the amazing juiciness of my espressos. Then I'm adding the espressos, 7 grams of barley malt syrup to increase the malty and caramel flavors, and 15 grams of raspberry
5
syrup
minuti.
that I made by boiling 100 grams of raspberries, 40 grams of whole cane sugar from Ecuador, and 40 grams of water. And I mix all together to create a smooth and syrupy texture to the drinks. So, my drinks will be warm, so room temperature. And I ask you please to taste it in 2 sips. At first, you'll perceive medium-high acidity with raspberry flavor. That will be balanced in the second sip by sweet pulpy fruits and malt sweetness. And in the end, a long finish into caramel hints. So flavors of raspberries, apricot, malt, and caramel. Please enjoy. Please enjoy. Enjoy.
Tre minuti.
And last but not the least, judges, the espresso course, as it's the most important for me. The element from which everything began, and also the last course in a restaurant if you think about it. So my coffee is a combination of 3 varieties. One is Tipica, and the others a natural mutation of bourbon, Villa Sarchi and Caturra. The first one giving an elegant fruity acidity, and the second with a typical sweet profile. And Juan Francisco Pira is the name of the farmer, and he works together with 12 people in the coffee plantation. And during the harvesting period that goes to January to April, they do a meticulous hand selection of the mature beans, which then are fermented for 12 hours, fully washed, and sun-dried on African beds. And together with my roaster, we decided for a light medium roasting profile to emphasize the amazing juiciness of this coffee. Having the first crack at about 9 minutes, and a total roasting time of 11 minutes and 30, and a development of 15.9%. So please, if you want to write it down, my espresso will have medium-high acidity, medium-high sweetness, and low bitterness. With a medium weight, a silky texture, and a long and clean finish. And I ask you please to taste it in 2 sips. Use the spoon in front of you and stir for 6 times. Then you'll taste
1 minuto.
sweet pulpy fruits like apricot that in few seconds will turn into red fruit acidity like black cherries, wild berries, and a long and clean finish into dark chocolate notes. So flavors of apricot, wild berries, black cherries, and dark chocolate in the aftertaste.
Trenta secondi.
So thank you judges for your attention and for being part of my time.
Mm. 14 minuti e 46 secondi per Arianna Peli, alla quale facciamo un altro grande applauso.